Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. In this video, we will have our discussion on understanding the identification points to see the prominence of Jupiter in someone's life. So like the way guys, you know that if you have to see the prominence of Jupiter from astrology dictums or astrology terminologies. So from numerology, Jupiter has got a connection with the number 3. So if someone who is born on the 3rd of any month, 12th of any month or 21st of any month, then we can say that Jupiter energy is strong in the life of this person. Or just because Jupiter has got the rulership over the Pisces sign and the Sagittarius sign. So if you will find these two signs to be rising on someone's ascendant, someone's moon sign to be of these, or Jupiter to be placed in the first house, connected with the ascendant lord, or important planets to be placed in the nakshatras ruled by the planet Jupiter, which are Punarvasu, Vishakha, Purvabhadrapada. So these are some of the terminologies which could give you this hint that yes, Jupiter is in the driving seat of the life of this person. But let's say for example, if you do not have any access to someone's birth chart or birth details, just monitoring and observing the life of someone, what all could be the signs which will give you the indication of the prominence of Jupiter vibration in the life of that person? Because guys, when we talk about the astrology, so there are so many combination which goes into play. Like for example, you might come across someone who has got a very exalted Mars in the Lagan chart, but that person is very timid, or Venus to be very well placed in the Lagan chart, but the person has got a very bad matrimonial life. So just because if you will only go by the astrology dictums, so there are lot many do's and don'ts and cancellation which goes into play, or where you have to do the chart scrutinization. But if a planetary spark or vibration is very strong in the personality of that person, and you being a knowledgeable person of astrology, you can fairly see that indication in the real life events of that person. So okay guys, let's start our discussion. So few things about the planet Jupiter. So definitely Jupiter is the only planet which you cannot afford to have in a bad dignity in your chart, because right from the time we are born, Jupiter comes into play, whether in the form of right set of parenting, right set of virtues, luck supporting us, getting good education, getting good job, having a good matrimonial life, having obedient children. So overall and major areas of our life are being controlled by the planet Jupiter, because of which its placement, its dignity in our life becomes very important. Like the way guys, people say that because Jupiter represents wisdom, all sort of guidance, so you do not have to go to a ashram of a spiritually elevated person. If your Jupiter is strengthened in your chart, so you will act as a conduit or a medium who will keep on seeing the wisdom or divine omens and signs all around you. And I always say this thing guys, because whatsoever good deeds we do, this could be in the form of charities, pilgrimage, religious fasting, so the result of that comes in our life, the house where Jupiter is placed in our chart. So guys, now talking about the identification signs. So the sign number 1 is looking at the prosperity of someone, because Jupiter is the significator of growth, progress and overall prosperity. So the major indication which you can actually see in the form of spotting the prominence of Jupiter in someone's life, that person, now this could be in the matters of finances as well, because Jupiter is the prime significator of finances, of wealth, that this person or this family is consistently growing or in a very upward rising curve in their life. So someone who started his professional life with a very small setup of business, and within the passage of time his business grew manifold, or within the family circle as well, you will find that the family is so close, tight knit, that they are actually working as a team, where the younger members of the family are being very much respectful towards the elders, very much obedient, and yes, the children are receiving the right set of guidance, teaching and blessings from their elderly family members. So this sort of family camaraderie, family bonding and consistent financial growth and progress could be seen as the very first or prime indication of Jupiterian blessing in the life of that person. Now guys, after that, and definitely over here as well, you have to take into consideration the country, culture, era you are taking into consideration. So like if you will take up the case of, let's say, India. So if in a traditional or a very conventional Indian Hindu family, the culture says that a young son has to press the feet of his father before going to sleep. And if in the West, the culture says that the young son has to share a drink with his father. So it all comes down to the prevalent tradition, culture which is there in your society, in your life, and if you are abiding by that, we can say this, that it is actually the blessing of the planet Jupiter in the life of that person. Now friends, identification point number 2 is monitoring the influence of those people in our life which represent the energy of that planet. So definitely, to begin with, Jupiter represents all of the advisors in our life. Now this could be your investment advisor, this could be any of the elderly family member you always go to for any advice whenever you are in a state of confusion or conflict. Jupiter also represents our children. Unless and until Jupiter is not strengthened in your natal chart, in your D7 chart, you might not remain lucky in having those sort of happiness on the account of progeny, on the account of children. After that, Jupiter also represents husband in a woman's chart, and Jupiter also represents all those people who have got any connection with religion or with spirituality. So definitely guys, let's say for example, the win-win situation is that whenever you are in any state of conflict, you have always been well guided by your elderly family members, or you have got very obedient children, or even when we talk about any of the religious intervention or religious guidance, over there as well you have been always well taken care by your guru, by your mentors. So that is a prime indication that Jupiterian energy is working in a very benefic way in the life of this person. And the negative side could be if you have got very rebellious children and your suffering is connected with the all the turmoils being caused by your own children, or you have been conned on the name of religion, on the name of faith multiple times. So then you do not have to even look at someone's chart. That in itself is a prime indication that Jupiter energy is kind of afflicted in the life of this person. So this is the second identification to give attention to. After that guys, point number 3 is moral code and ethics. Now try to understand this thing. Jupiter is the planet which represents all sort of goodness which can be seen in this world. Like when we talk about those archetype Jupiterian people, these are among those god men and those authentic spiritually, religiously elevated people that even if you will go close to them, their aura, their vibe is so soothing, it's so kind of rejuvenating, so relaxing, so comforting that all of your pressure, all of your problems will just go away just coming in close contact with them. So this is the kind of aura which these people carry with themselves. So because of which guys, like Jupiter's strengthened state in someone's personality, in someone's life will be a first indication that this person is going to be very virtuous, very charitable, very compassionate, very forgiving. Like this is what the difference between the Saturnian energy and the Jupiterian energy is. Like Saturn also wants to put you on the right path, but if you have done something wrong, it will not hesitate in punishing you no matter how much you are begging for the forgiveness. But Jupiter is a very forgiving planet. Like Jupiter is always inclined towards looking at the bigger and brighter picture. So this is what we can indicate, that if you will spot someone in your society, in your community, someone who is very very virtuous and a lot of strong values and ethics if someone is demonstrating, so that can be seen as a very prime indication of a positive Jupiterian energy or vibration in the life of that person. And beyond doubt guys, Jupiterian driven people are very optimistic, they are like very inspiring. So a true authentic Jupiterian driven person is going to be not only self driven, motivated in his life, but he might be uplifting and driving other people as well. So this is the typical sign which you will see in someone's personality, in someone's life, who will be carrying or demonstrating strong Jupiterian quality, a very good moral code and ethics in the life. Like these people are generally well respected in the society. Now this could be because of their good deeds, because of their helpful nature, because of their good advisory skills. But yes, these are some of the qualities to look forward to. After that guys, the identification sign number 4 is definitely Jupiter is the prime planet of religion, of faith, of belief. To what extent you can go in the name of faith and religion, that is all Jupiterian quality. Now let's say for example, when we talk about the negative side of that, like all those people who take up guns in their hand and they start killing in the name of religion, so that is also the negative side of Jupiter. But if there is a name of God in a positive or in a negative way, Jupiter is involved over there. So yes guys, when we talk about faith, beliefs and religious influence, so that in itself is a vibration or positive energy, strong intensity of the Jupiterian quality. So if you will find someone who is very much regular with his prayers, with his devotion, all the pilgrimage and all sort of kind of practices which are advised in this person's faith and belief, and he follows that unfailingly, so that is a very prime indication of spotting the Jupiterian energy. After that guys, point number like identification sign number 5 is monitoring the career of someone. So definitely guys, if you will find someone to be working and succeeding in the fields of, this could be finance, this could be theology, this could be motivation, that is a prime indication of Jupiterian vibration working out in the favor of this person. And definitely guys, it's not only about you choosing a profession which represents the Jupiterian energy. The essence of Jupiterian energy has to be getting reflected over there, like the way at the time when I talked about the Martian qualities, identification signs for Mars. So it's not only about person has to be in military, person has to be in the real estate business, but the person is going to be very independent, he's going to be very competitive, he's going to be very fearless. Now when I say Jupiter's influence in their career, so no matter whether you are working in the education or ed tech industry or anything to do with motivation, finance, but you will be consistently showing the signs of growth and progress or prosperity in your chosen field. So that will be seen as the indication or identification of a strong positive influence of Jupiterian energy. And also guys, when we talk about Jupiter's influence in someone's career, so these people are generally very much respected for their good conduct, their good leadership skills, being very fair in their public dealings, in their dealing within their organization. So this is how you can spot someone who is very strongly in the Jupiterian influence. After that guys, identification sign number 6 is, which is very important, which is about luck supporting you. Now over here, I have like some funny stories to share. So I remember at the time when this Russia-Ukraine crisis happened. So there was this guy who came in television and he said this thing that it's like when this Taliban took control over Afghanistan, so all the countries, they opened up their borders for the refugees. So out of all the countries, he chose Ukraine, and the moment he moved there, just in few months, Russia invaded there as well. So I guess there was a similar incident which happened in Japan as well, like when the first bomb was dropped there in Hiroshima. So there was this guy who somehow escaped, and he, out of nowhere, he chose Nagasaki to move, and then the second bomb was dropped there. So it means luck plays a very important role. See guys, the whole objective of astrology is that our timeline is somehow fixed. Now how you operate on that timeline, how you behave on that timeline, how divine vibration is protecting you, supporting you, so over there Jupiter plays a very important role, like being at the right time, at the right place, being spotted, seen by the right set of people. So all of that is governed by the planet Jupiter. Now I do not know whether you are an atheist, whether you believe in this whole concept or notion of luck or not, but trust me, there has been lot many documentaries, and this is what the field in which I am working a lot many times. See guys, obviously astrology is a living proof of that, but sometimes when I'm doing tarot reading as well, so the way whatsoever the essence or theme of that reading is, I start seeing those omens around me, which is a science of Shakun Shastra, science of studying omens. It starts getting reflected in the cards as well. So that means luck also plays a very pivotal role, and the only planet which represents luck in our life out of all the 9 planets is the planet Jupiter. So because of which, if you will find someone to be very lucky, and trust me, it's not that difficult. If you are a very consciously aware person, and this could be any work colleague or this could be any good friend, you will get to know. And sometimes what happens is that if you surround yourself with a positive person, with a positive running dasha, with a positive running time, his stars is not only good for him, but it will start helping you as well. But let's say for example, if you are by yourself going through a very accident prone time period, and you become a friend with a person who is also going through similar time period, then definitely you are heading for a crash. So this is what I'm trying to say over here, that Jupiter plays a very important role in giving someone luck. And luck is nothing, it's just the divine protection. And never ever misunderstood luck as if I have won a lottery, so that means I'm lucky. So it's not like that. Luck is something which is all the time, divine is all the time protecting you, and Jupiter governs that. So being very lucky in major areas of your life, or being very like unlucky, being always at the wrong time, at wrong place, getting the blames for things which you have not done. So all of that is, and over there I want to say this thing, these are some of the situations which people face where Rahu has got, or Rahu has done any contamination to the planet Jupiter. I always say this thing, that out of all the 9 planets, the most auspicious planet is Jupiter. The best yoga, people talk about so many good yogas in astrology. If I were to say anything, the best yoga is Gaj Kesari Yoga. Moon is your mind, and there couldn't be any better influence on your mind than of the planet Jupiter. And the worst yoga is Guru Chandal Yoga, where your Jupiter gets contaminated with the influence of Rahu. So good luck is Jupiter in a strengthened state, and if I would say bad luck is nothing, Rahu influencing Jupiter in any form. So yes guys, and after that, the last identification point is the age of maturity of the planet and the concurrent events. So guys, in the case of Jupiter, because Jupiter matures at a very young age, like at the age of 16. So generally it has been seen that if you will come across someone who has remained lucky in finding his life purpose at a very young age, or this could be a case that we keep on coming across those cases, that someone who was studying in a very small city, and right after the high school, this kid got the scholarship from some big university in States, in US, and from a very small village, this person moved to this very advanced college, and he completed his education, and his career got set only because of that opportunity which came when he was like at a very young age and out of nowhere. So this could be connected somehow with the blessing of the planet Jupiter, that any major event, because in today's day and age, when we talk about 16, like age 16, so this is actually more or less is the time when you complete your school and you're about to make a selection of which field is best for you. And if any of the luck or divine supported event happens at your life during that time, that you got spotted by some very big talent agency, or any of the big scholarship or finding your life goal or purpose, that can be attached or seen as the blessing of the planet Jupiter. So yes guys, this is all what I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Dhanyavad.